running our year-end processing. Now, it's something we have to do, something we need to know, but something that only comes around once a year, so we don't regularly remember it. So I'm going to go through just 3 simple steps today: closing accounting periods, closing income statement accounts, and then the posting entry that we're going to post from our general ledger. Right, let's pop into the system one last time, and I'm going to start off with those accounting periods. And you'll notice if I go into my accounting periods, I've got my year of 2020 already closed and already date locked, but my year of 21 isn't, and that's the year that I'm going to be closing now. When I process up at the top and hit to close year, what it's going to do is it's going to select the oldest fiscal year that's not closed that it can find on the system, which is that 21 year, and ask me if I want to close it. Note that it does mention on here as well, once it's closed, it will be date locked, it will be closed, and you can't then go back in and reopen it. So now I've closed it, it's got these ticked in the background, they're greyed out, I can't reopen it. It's important to mention though that you can still go back and post to the GL within this year. So you can post to the GL, but they will have a prior year entry tag stuck on the line with it. So there's a field for prior year entry that will be filled in when you post back to this year of 21 now. So we've closed our accounting period. The next thing to do is close our income statement. And we can do that with a batch job of close income statement. It's selected the fiscal year already. We'd select a journal template. I'm just going to select the general one and the default batch on here. It's going to give it a document number. And as we go down, we can OK this to close our statement. It's given me some warnings on here about dimensions that need filling in, but I'm just going to skip over that for now. And you'll see it says my journal lines have been successfully created. So if I go to my journal now, I should see what that batch has done. And on here, yep, I see a load of lines for closing my income statement in my general journals in my default batch, which I selected. Now, one thing to mention on here as well is I've got a posting date, and that date is a fictitious date within the system. So it's between the last day of the old fiscal year and the first day of the new fiscal year. And the advantage of posting on a fictitious closing date is that you maintain the correct balances and ordinary dates for the fiscal year. So you don't affect your dates in the new fiscal year by posting to a fictitious fiscal date between the old year and the new year. It's at this stage where I can make any amendments. I can do a preview of posting by hitting post print and preview posting, and I can see any errors that I might come up against when I'm going to post it. A couple of dimension errors in there that I'd need to go and reconcile before posting my end of year. So we've closed an accounting period, we've gone in and we've done our closing income statement as well, created a journal that will manually post behind the scenes. And that brings us to the end of the questions that we had in for this time. Thank you so much for joining on today's AMA. I hope you found something relevant in there, or you find yourself doing something similar within the system on your own system, going through those scenarios. We will have a recording session of this that will be available at a later date for anyone that you think it might be relevant to within your company, any one of those questions, or to refer back to you when you come to your year end, etc. later. And in the meantime, any questions for next time can be added when signing up for the next Ask Me Anything session. So you'll receive an invite, you'll receive a Microsoft form to fill in, and you can add any questions that you have on there. Thank you very much for joining today's AMA. I've been Johnny at Dynamics Consultants. See you soon.